Hi all, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto, and today I'm going to show you how you can beat CEX.
What you know about Retro Ghetto? Collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto. Come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the Retro Ghetto.
So, firstly, I hope you all enjoyed my new intro. I've got to do a massive shout out to Mr. Supreme, Don Ferns and Bazza on production for hooking me up with that brilliant track. I'm very grateful. There's a full-length version of that. It's the last video I posted, so if you want to see that song in its entirety with a full video to go with it and a cameo by my 2-year-old son, then check the previous video because it is there for you all to see. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so before we get into the first tip, I just want to quickly say this video is not in any way, shape or form to shit on CEX. They've got a bit of a reputation attached for giving crappy prices for stuff, but I want to show you 10 tips today that will help you boost your collections and get the best value for your hard-earned money. I've got a few friends that work for CEX. I know managers of stores. So, you know, this is not an attack on CEX. It's just to show you guys how to best utilize their practices and the rules they have in place to benefit your wallet and your game room. So let's get into it. Number one. Now, number one might seem obvious, but I would like to stress it. When you're trading in goods at CEX, do not take cash. Take the voucher. Listen, I'm not rich, and we've all had times in our lives where we need cash and we need cash quickly. I get it. However, take the voucher. Firstly, you'll get a much better rate. And secondly, you can sell that voucher. Facebook groups sell vouchers rapidly. There's always people wanting them. You can sell them for 75 to 80% of their value. So even if the time comes where you need the cash, you can pull that voucher out and you can sell it with a trusted buyer. You can always get recommendations from other people first, and you can sell it that way. So that'll be tip number one. Don't take the cash offer. As I said before, they are running a business, so they don't necessarily give you loads of money for your product. That's why they're in business. If you're really other way to do it, if you do want to sell it for cash, you can sell on eBay, but obviously you've got to bear in mind the PayPal and eBay fees. So, number two. This is one I utilize all the time. When you're in CEX, whenever you frequent them, check for steelbooks and cardboard sleeve special editions. Now, CEX are franchises, so they're all run differently. But the majority and the ones near me, they will put the special editions and the steelbooks out on the floor with everything else. So, and at the same price. So what I'll do is I'll go in, let's say for example, I know that PS4 game Spider-Man has a steelbook. So what I'll do is I'll find the Spider-Man section, I'll have loads of copies of it, and I'll literally run my fingers through all the copies, front to back or back to front, and feel one for one that feels different if I can't see it. And then you just pull out the steelbook, same price, bang, away you go. It's a surefire way to find nice pieces for your collection. If you're like me and you're a bit of a magpie, you like the shiny steelbooks and you like the cardboard sleeves, then hunt for them. Because, as I say, they sell for the same price. So even if you just want to do it to make money, go on eBay, check prices. Sometimes you will find you can make quite a decent profit on selling special editions and steelbooks that you find in the store. An example of this would be, I recently went into a CEX and I found a copy of this, Horizon Zero Dawn. Now they sell this for £10. I sold the steelbook on eBay for, I think it was 37. It was either 35, 36, 37 pound, around there. So I picked it up for £10. I've already got it. I've got the complete special edition box. So I picked it up purely to sell it on. And it's a nice bit of profit to help, again, fund this game room. If you're going to have a collection like this, unless you're fortunate enough to be rich, you're going to have to do little things like this to be able to keep buying these games. I don't like to spend masses of my wages on my passion. I've got a family and I've got to be responsible. So if this if this hobby can be self-supportive, then, you know, it's an absolute bonus. And it makes you feel less guilty about extravagant purchases if you're making that money from previous purchases that you made. So that would be tip number 2. Make sure you check in for steelbooks and special editions in store. That will take us to number 3. Right, number 3 is something I've relatively recently found, but it has come up dividends for me. On the CEX app or website, you can get alerts sent to your phone when a product comes in stock. Every now and again, you will catch CEX slipping, particularly on retro prices. They will be under market value, okay? However, collectors are on it. They're well aware of this, okay? Collectors are savage beasts. If there's an opportunity, they will take it. So what often happens is you find a game which is at a lower than market value price, but it's not in stock. So here's what you do. You set an alert and then they message you when it comes back in stock. And some other websites that I've tried this with, it doesn't work so much. You don't get the alert until days later, or you don't get it at all. With CEX, it tends to be pretty good. Here's an example. I recently showed off this in one of my pickups videos, Comic Zone. This was selling for like 10 to 20 quid cheaper than it does on eBay. It was sold out, unsurprisingly. So what I did, I set my alert. A day or two later, I got the beep come through on my email. There it was, bang, bought it straight away. And it turned up in good condition. And yeah, saved myself probably 15, 20 quid. So that's number 3. Make sure you are getting alerts for sold out items. Check games that you're really wanting, particularly retro. They will sometimes be anomalies that slip through the CEX net where they are cheaper than what they're currently going for on eBay sold listings, which is, you know, the best way to see what games they're selling for right now or they're worth. Get that alert saved, get it through to your phone. As soon as you get it, buy it. I also did that with Street Fighter 3 Third Strike because that was under market value as well. So there are opportunities out there if you check for them. That's number 3. Takes us into number 4. Now, I'm not a big fan of buying games on release day. I will do it on occasion. If there is a game that I just can't be without, or, you know, for whatever reason I have to have it close to its release. The latest one I had was The Last of Us 2. I got that very close to release. I won it in a raffle. But regardless, the same sentiment lies. If you get a game close to release, do your best to get through that game ASAP. I played through The Last of Us 2 in about 4 days. It retains so much value with CEX if you can get it done and trade back into them in as quick a time as possible. Now, if you start going to that 3, 4, 5, 6 week period after its release, there's going to be a hell of a lot of people start trading that game in, and you could lose up to £20 in trading value. I think when I traded The Last of Us 2 in, I think I got £42 trading value for it. Now, you know, if you can play a game for 25 hours, enjoy every minute of it, apart from the last few hours, that's a different video, and then get £42 back to buy something else, that's good business, and that's a good way to utilise CEX. So tip number 4 is, if you're buying a game close to launch, get through it as quick as possible. Get it back to CEX and get some of your money back in a voucher. Now, the other thing to say with regards to that, and then what you can do is buy that game at a later date. I will be buying The Last of Us 2 for my collection, but I'm not in a rush. I've played through it. I won't be playing through it anytime soon. So give it 6 months, give it a year. I'll pick that game up, probably this collector's edition for 20, 25 quid, and I'll add it to the shelf. And that's the way to do it. Number 5, don't buy mint. So when you buy online with CEX, you get given different options, especially with retro. So you'll get loose, which will be just a cartridge. You'll get boxed, speaks for itself, or you'll get mint. Now, I've never ordered mint, so I can't testify for it. But what I can tell you is, when I've ordered boxed, I've had games that are more than good enough quality for me. To use a previous example, here's Comic Zone. It's got the hanging tab, it's got the original sticker, it's got the manual, it's got the cartridge. I also did it with Street Fighter Third Strike, as I mentioned. There's nothing wrong with it. Even for Dreamcast, there's no cracks on the box, which is unusual. So don't pay more than you need to. Mint prices get hugely inflated. Is it worth it? That's up for you to decide. Me personally, I think it's worth the risk to just buy a box copy. If it comes, it's got no manual. If it's beat to shit, you send it back. There's no worry. You can even order another copy from somewhere else. There's no problem with taking it back if you're not happy with it. So tip number 5, don't buy mint. Number 6. 6 is a bit of a sneaky one. Now, I don't tend to sell my retro. It's very rare. And if you do sell retro, there's an argument that you're better off to do it on eBay or on the groups to maximize your profit. However, if you're looking to trade it in for something that's in store in CEX, you want to do it quickly, another tip would be take your retro game into CEX without the manual. Some games, the manual holds a lot of value. What have we got here? We've got Super Hagane here, Bomberman 3. These games, if you sell those manuals online, you're getting a lot of money. Now, again, as I said to you in the previous tip, don't buy mint. CEX don't give you mint prices in my experience. It's very rare they will pay out mint. They'll find a reason not to. Okay, so they'll just pay you the box price. Take advantage of it. Take your manual out before you take it into the store. Sell your manual separately online and maximize your profit. Tip number 7. When you go into a CEX store, there's always big piles by the desk of things that have recently come in, just been traded in. They might have just put stickers on them, but they've not had chance yet to put them on the shelves. Go through them. You look at them hard, go through them with a fine-tooth comb. You know, you're the first one to see them. So if there's any gems in there, if there's anything rare, any special collections, editions, steelbooks, etc., that people will swoop on and grab quickly, you're going to be the first to see it. So do not hesitate to, you know, even if they're not facing you in such a way that you can see the spines, feel free to spin them around. Listen, it's a shop. They want you to buy their stuff. You go through it. You pull it around, you go through them all. If you can see some just slightly behind the counter, feel free to ask the staff if you can have a look. And in my experience, they always will say yes. Then they'll give it to you and you're the first one to have a look. As collectors, we love to be the first one to dig through a box of stuff. Or in this case, a pile of games that nobody else has had a chance to see. You might unearth some gems, certainly worth doing. Number 8, I touched on this at the start of the video, build relationships. A tip for probably everything in life, just be fucking nice to people. I've got relationships with managers, staff at CEX stores. You know, I know a manager very well who's got my phone number. He knows the sort of things that I collect. He knows what I'm looking for, and he can let me know. He said, look, I've just had some PS1 stuff in. If you want to come in, it's in the store. I'm not asking him to do anything underhand. I'm not asking him to keep it behind the till. I'm not asking him to not allow anyone else to buy it. But he's giving me the opportunity to get there as soon as I can, to go and have a look at the products that have come in that he thinks I might want. If you're trying to build a collection, no matter what it is, the more people you can network with, the more people that are aware of what you want, and the more people that are willing to help you, the more successful you will be in your, you know, collecting hobby goals, I suppose. So definitely build relationships with the people in store, and in life, just fucking be nice to people. Number 9, this could arguably be the biggest one on the list. The CEX app should be your best friend. I use this app daily. So if I'm in a charity shop, if I'm at a car boot sale, if I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace, I will always check CEX to see if that item I'm seeing is a good price. Another way is to use eBay sold listings. However, that's not giving you a guaranteed amount. That's just giving you an idea of a market value of what you should be able to sell something for. Using CEX is guaranteed to show you what value of voucher they will give you. I've permanently got this app right on the front of my phone, next to my WhatsApp. So as soon as I need it, I pull it out, bang, there it is. I can see that they give this for it, and therefore I'm going to pick this up from a charity shop for £2 because I can sell it to CEX for £7 trading, for example. That is something that will save you a lot of time. And you know, sometimes when you're digging through boxes of stuff, whether it be at a convention, at a charity shop, as I say, you haven't got loads of time to research. So if you've got your app there ready One of my tricks would be keep the console name first, so don't type in Tomb Raider PlayStation 1. Type in PlayStation 1 Tomb Raider. Then you can delete Tomb Raider and put PlayStation 1 Cool Borders, and that way you're on it. You're fast, you're thinking quickly, you know what you're doing, and that way again you can make some more money. Utilize the CEX voucher code. If I go to a charity shop and I see a game that's £2 and CEX give me £4, to me that's doubling my money, because I'm going to use that voucher wisely to help build my collection. So I will do it any day of the week. Right, number 10. My last tip is take advantage of sales from other places. Recently, I'm seeing a lot of big stores getting rid of surplus stock, whether it be Argos, Tesco's, you know, any of the big high street chains. They're often trying to clear their back room. So recently there was Bravely Default on the 3DS, I believe it is. And they were selling it at Argos for I think £4 or £5, and the groups were going crazy and everyone was buying 20 of them at a time. Now, there's two ways to do this with CEX. Number one, get on it fast. So as soon as you go and buy that item, or you hear about the sale, you go and grab it, you go straight to CEX before they update their system. They're running a business. They will amend the price accordingly. If everyone starts taking Bravely Default to CEX, they're going to bring the pricing down in terms of what they're going to give you for it. So you either be fast or play the waiting game. And the reason I say that, Bravely Default is now again £20 trading value with CEX. So you can sit on it for a while. There is a caveat. I think you can only take in 2 at a time before they will give you a merchant or a trader's price. Just use your brain. Take in 1 or 2 at a time. Get someone else to go in for you and do it, or go to a different store or go in at a different day or when you can, and do it over time. But definitely take advantage of the big high street retailers selling their surplus stock. Utilize CEX, make yourself a profit. It can be a winner for you. So that's it, guys. That's the top 10. Listen, I'm no expert, but I do a lot of business with CEX. I'm sure that some of these you're well aware of and you've been utilizing yourselves. But if you can take away 1 or 2 tips from today that will help you boost your collection, then you know that's it's been worth it. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Keep it retro.
Retro Ghetto.